So anyway, so like I was saying, I was so I worked at a store out on the West Coast where everyone stole, and I mean, it was kind of like an old person store too. So we were just kind of, we're all younger, so we were just stealing to steal. Like it sold we sold these really like expensive like $400 like comfort old people shoes that like they weren't
Nice.
cool or anything like that. So I don't even know why we were taking them. So I had.
That's a good. I mean, that's like Louis Vuitton shoes.
That, like
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Had, okay, and so I ended up having to move back to Cleveland. I had my son, and we needed to move back because we needed support and all that kind of stuff. So we didn't really have any money, and we didn't really have that much shit either. And we were moving in with my ex-mother-in-law, so I didn't need to bring a couch and all that kind of stuff. So I packed up. What I decided to do was when we moved was just to fly back and then pack up all of like our clothes and all that kind of stuff and ship it to ourselves. All right. So I packed up like 15 boxes. It was going to cost me like $400 just to ship them all via all like our important stuff to ourselves via UPS. And I got the boxes from the store I was working at, right? Because it was a shoe store, we had a ton of boxes. And I also got transferred. I was transferred from the store they had a store in Cleveland, so I was transferring from the store out in the West Coast out to Cleveland. And I shipped 15 boxes to myself. And I get to Cleveland, settle in, everything arrives, and only 14 of the boxes show up. All right, one box gets lost, and it's the box that had all of my shoes in it. And which 95% of my shoes I hadn't paid for, right? And it turns out that I had left the fucking label. Because I got them from the store I worked from, I left the label, the original label on that box. So the box with all the shoes that I had no record of buying got shipped to the store where I had taken them from. Okay.
Oh no!
The company.
Oh fucking no!
No. Oh no! I mean, and this was again. These were all like $500. So it was probably $5,000 or $6,000 for the stuff. So it was enough that it could be like serious charges, right?
Did anyone put it together?
I
God damn it! Sorry. Go ahead. Go. Just go. Go ahead. I'm freaking out. Go ahead.
Yeah. So I kind of expected what was happening. So I kind of, and I was like I said before, I was a manager at Journeys before all this. So like I dealt with like the way loss prevention, corporate loss prevention behaves, because I had to deal with it as a manager and all that kind of stuff. And so one day at my new store in Cleveland, I was an assistant manager, and I was closing a loan all by myself, and some dude shows up, and he's from loss prevention and corporate, and he sits me down, and he's like, so I don't know if you know why I'm here. I'm like, no, I don't know why you're here. And I definitely knew exactly why I was there.
Yeah.
And I forgot to mention I had been drinking, so I was like kind of drunk too because I was drinking. So this guy, but I think it actually helped me. It made me a little bit more fearless.
Yeah, you were fucking Clint Eastwood, dude. Feeling loose?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're like, I don't know a goddamn thing about no box of shoes.
Yeah. He's like, so what happened to all those shoes? I'm like, oh yeah, you guys need to give those. They need to ship those back to me. And he's like, what? I'm like, those are my shoes. He's like, well, you didn't buy. He's like, you don't have records of you buying any of those. And I just looked at the motherfucker dead in the eye. I'm like, yeah, I didn't buy them from. I'm not gonna say the name of the company. I didn't buy them from X company. He's like, what? He's like, I didn't buy them from your store. He's like, what do you mean you didn't buy them from the store? I'm like, I don't know, man. I just, I know what those are worth. So, I go to a lot of garage sales, and I go to a lot of, like thrift stores and everything. And when I see them, I know what they're worth, so I pick them up. You know what I mean?
I'm a sneakerhead, dude. Yeah, I'm a collector. I just know how to find. Yeah, I just know how to find them. Okay, I like this.
Yeah, and then it just went back and forth like that. He was like, well, the manager at the old store told me that you might be difficult to deal with, but we know you took them. And I'm like, well, I didn't. He's like, yeah, I might think I did, but I didn't. And he's like, well, look, if you just admit to this, it's going to be a lot easier for you. And this is where I want to stop and say, if anyone ever says that to you, that's bullshit. They're lying to you. Don't do it.
They're firing you. Yeah. They're ready to fire you.
Yeah.
No matter what, they're going to fire you.
Yes. No, exactly. I still end up being fired, but if you admit to it, that's when they call the police.
Yep.
They show up with the police if they can prove it. If you're talking to your manager, or if you're talking to a loss prevention person, and they are trying to get you to admit to something, they need you to do that so they can press charges. Otherwise, they would have shown up with the cops. If they didn't show up with the cops, don't admit shit. In fact, just leave. They can't keep you there. What I really should have done is I should have just got up and left and not talked to that at all.
Yeah.
And that's what you should do, too, fellow listeners, if you find yourself in the situation. Do not admit to anything. These loss prevention people act like they're fucking cops. Like all the same techniques that the cops will try to use on you. And I think most street fighters are probably smart enough to not talk to the cops.
They won't even detain you.
But, go ahead.
They won't even detain you. They won't even grab you and, hold you down. Right.
Exactly. They can't. I've heard some things about Target, I guess, is pretty shitty, but, for most part, these stores will not, will not do shit. So what it was. I went back and forth with this guy for probably a half hour about, I heard you're really tough for me. I was like, well, I didn't do it. He's like, you expect me to believe that you bought all those at the fucking thrift store? And I'm like, I don't give a fuck what you believe. It's what happened. We went back and forth, and he ended up just terminating me and took my keys, and it was all good. But it was obviously it was scary there for a minute, and it sucked because I lost my job too, and I had a newborn, so that also blew. But
yeah, that's tough. That's really tough.
I ended up all working out. I got a better job. Go ahead.
No, I'm saying that's tough. That's tough. But I'm glad you didn't you didn't end up having to pay or anything or go to fucking jail.
Or going to jail was the part that would have fucking sucked. But yeah, for sure. Anyway, thanks a lot, guys. That's really all I got. I know you guys want to go on a break, so I will let you do that. Okay.
Sweet. All right, peace.
Thanks for calling. It was a great story.